Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and good afternoon or good evening, wherever you may be watching us from. This is Education Unpacked. I'm your host, Fabian, where we bring you information regarding your learning and how this information can help you, inspire you to make your next career move. If you are a young professional, if you're a student that just graduated from school, if you are a seasoned expert, we want to welcome you for joining us. If you're just joining us for the first time or watching our video, we would like you to please click the subscribe button. Now, today we will be talking about the online classroom, the virtual learning online environment. The online classroom, in very simple terms, it's a learning information management system that's been designed to bring the students and teachers or lecturers together. That is where they can interact. So that's really the basic about this, what is called the online portal or online classroom. So we want to make sure that we bring this information to you. This system actually brings these two group of people, the professors and the lecturers, the instructors, you can name them in whatever way you want to, and the students on the other hand, they tend to meet together to interact where the trainings and the lectures takes place. Now, this interaction could be it could be in a way that just to really like break it down to you, could be in a synchronized way where things happen in real time, or it could be an asynchronized where it would happen after time. So this is like you kind of go in there and submit your homework or your assignments, and you can interact on a live chat in certain online classrooms. In others, you have to submit your paper and you go, and later on your professor will be able to give you some feedback in terms of your grading. Now, the question here is, what is contained is the online classroom. The online classroom, it's kind of an area where there are lots of information. Take, for example, you have admissions in a university and you have a total campus out there. Now, the online classroom is where everything in terms of you can access information about the teaching materials, like you can go to the library, you can contact your professor, you can actually submit assignments. You have areas where you can go to your technical area if you have challenges in your classroom. You can also contact your advisor. You can make purchase via the online bookstore in the online classroom. So you have access to all of these resources that are in there. Now, how does that work? The online library. This is a digital area where students have access to most of their learning materials, where you have journal articles, publication, research manuals, all kinds of teaching materials are found in the online library. It's state of the art in most schools. You can access that information 24 hours a day, anywhere in the world. The online library can be accessed directly from your student portal. You know how to go there. Now, once you become a student, there are certain things that will be done in terms of basic trainings to enable you log into this particular area. Now, we did a video talking about the stages involved in terms of you becoming a student for any university. Now, once you are a student, you have something called like an induction period, where you have a training to learn on how the online classroom works. So all of this information we're talking about, like the online library and things like that, you will be able to learn that as an online student, master's, doctoral, PhD, whatever program you're going to be doing, or the diploma or the certificate. Now, in this online classroom, everything is together. It's pretty straightforward. It's nothing complex. Schools might have different learning platforms. They may be different in terms of the format. They may be different in terms of color or where the things are located in there, but it falls within this framework. Now, if you are able to contact your professor, there is a contact area in the classroom where you can talk to your lecturers if you have challenges in terms of your work, how you can improve yourself. If you have a problem, for example, you are looking to travel, you'll be submitting your assignment late, you can contact your lecturers from your online classroom. If you want to create some kind of interaction with your fellow students, there is an area there where you have to you can interact with your mates, so you can talk with them in that particular area. And it's also possible for you to also develop yourself in terms of building your own network with other people from different backgrounds. It's important that you know that you can be your relationship in that area. And it's also very important that now in the assignment area, that's where you submit your assignments. And these assignments, you can, it could be your discussion, your interaction in the classroom. And that's where you submit your assignment in the assignment section. Also, you also have the participatory section where you kind of go there to interact with other students and talk about, criticize professionally their different ways of the different work assignments that they kind of talk about. This is what you do. And you also have the grading area where you can check your grades, and you can see what's happening, how you perform for the week. So the online classroom, it is very important. You also have areas where you can contact your advisor if there are issues. You can talk to them and let them know what's going on. For example, you need their help, some clarifications, you want to take a break, they can help you to do that. Also, you have the finance section there. You can contact finance from your classroom if you want to make your payment. There are digital payment platforms in there where you log in and then enter your information. If you are using a credit card, if you're using whatever card you're using, so you can do that in there. And you can also receive your bills and your payment structure. Everything is in there. There are lots of things you can do also. There are other videos and learning materials that helps you to kind of do your own individual research. There you can also access your syllabus. The syllabus is inside the online classroom. All of these study things that are in there. If I have not called any other item that's found in the online classroom, is for you to get to discover that by yourself in the future. So when they talk about the learning portal, it involves lots of things: the library, the learning area, the contact area. You interact with your professor, interact with your friend, you submit assignment, the finance section. Just for example, just take example for yourself. If you go to the traditional campus area where you are in a campus, you do have the campus section, and you have the administrative part where you go there to do some things. But the classroom is only designed for learning. I want to separate this so you know. The online classroom is made up of a whole lot of items, a whole lot of things that I've mentioned. But the learning section is different from the finance, contacting your professor, all of these other areas like the digital online library. There are different things that you can access, but once you click onto a link, in most cases you will click onto a link that will link you to the classroom. Once you enter that classroom area, this area is secured. It's just for you alone. Nobody else have access there. It's only your fellow classmate and your professor who can interact together in that particular area. So you have nothing to do with finance. You can't access any other information there. So the online classroom is made up of a whole lot of different things. Some might look very complicated, but in most cases, it's pretty straightforward. Nothing difficult about it. So we want to make sure that you have a better picture of what an online classroom is. The next time you inquire to do a program, both at the bachelor's certificate level or diploma or doctoral or master's, when they talk about the online classroom, it shouldn't be like something new to you. You should be able to diagnose or kind of like perceive what this means, and it's not being like rocket science. It's not at all. It's a standard learning management system where students and lecturers get to interact, and students get to interact with each other. It's basically where learning takes place in an online class, in an online learning environment. So you can call it the online portal. You can call it, institutions have different names that they have named this learning platform. So if you hear a name, what means in different schools, there might be just a kind of a branding to name that institution learning system in that way, but the features in there are basically the same. So we want to thank you for watching. We hope we have inspired you today to have a better picture as to what an online classroom is all about. What are the features in there, what it takes for you to be successful, what you need to know, and how this is going to change your life if you make this journey in the future. So we want to thank you for listening, and we hope that you will keep watching our videos. We welcome your comments and also your feedbacks. If this video has helped you, please take a thumb up. Thanks again. We want to wish you a great day, and bye for now.